Hello you, welcome to Geekism and welcome back to Fairview Lake, our challenge mode park in Planet Coaster 2, where we're going to start something completely new right here. Yep, first things first, I might not completely delete them, I'm just going to move it over there. Don't want to quite commit to deleting it yet, but I've just realised that as we zoom out of the park, I quite like the fact that it's a small footprint and we're probably going to have this as like the back end of the park. There's a big old space here with the hyper sort of surrounding it that I think could be a new area. One thing I would like to try and do is a kids area. So one of the things about challenge mode is it gives you these sort of challenges here, and we haven't really looked at one of these for a while. But what it does have here is build 3 new flat rides, and I think that's a good way to sort of work into a new area. So I wanted to do is a kids area. I want to keep it like a harbour, I guess, like a little bit Balamory, I suppose, if that means anything to you. Just like brightly coloured buildings, a little bit of water, not necessarily pirates, but ships and buoys and a lighthouse, that kind of thing. So I think it's going to be good fun. I just sort of came to me. I don't know why, but I'm really struggling with the Wild West area, and I don't really know what to do down here. So I thought, well, change is as good as the rest. Let's start something over here. So I'm actually going to clear out some of this area because I think we could have a path going this way. Let's see. I think if we have a path going this way, is that going to look okay? Yeah, I think that's okay. We have a path going this way. Maybe we close that off there and we have a path like off here, makes sense. And then like you either come through the 90s area or you come through the kids area. I think that's interesting. Bit of a different plan. But I think that's okay. So we'll get rid of that for now. Alright, and then we'll come in here and take this bit of this fence out. There we are. And I think I want to try and keep this just as like a little bit of area. What is that there? Is that, that's just us filling in the ground. Okay, that's cool. Yep. All right, we'll keep that there, and then we'll go to path, and we'll copy this texture, and we'll add a slightly wider width, and then we'll come down here. I kind of just want to do that. Maybe do that with the edits. Let's just try and take it there. There we go. Oops. There is the point we want. There we go. And a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I think that's fine. That way opens up to there. We'll need to do some sort of fencing here. And then, yeah, this now probably is better off as a wood fence. But I think we leave this one up and then just do a wood fence this side of it, I think, and then put some planting in. I think that'll work well. There is a piece that basically looks like a fence. It's actually a wall decoration, though. Let's see if I can find it. It's blue, but if you take the blue off it, it works as a fence. There we go. I'll that down there. Start with a brown and work from there. It needs to be quite a bit lighter. That's good. Okay, so I think we do something like this that starts here and comes this way. Alright, those in, and probably doesn't need to go quite this far, but we'll take it there just anyway. Okay, yeah, and then this fence I actually quite like. So let's make sure we're on the right one. Put the railings on, yeah, and then carry this on this way. Oops, didn't mean to do all of it. Just shrink that brush down a little. Yeah, that's good. Okay, round off there if we can. Still a little messy, that, isn't it? Let's see if we can neaten that up a little bit. Yeah, usually helps if we have a nice corner to be able to do. I mean, that's probably fine, and we'll just move these benches to make more sense. There we go. And then I think like some sort of sign here that's got like kiddie zone this way. I think will work quite nicely. And then we'll fill this in a little. Oh, that didn't actually do anything. Juniper tree small. Carry on round. And maybe even shrink it down a little more. There's that. That's fine. And then yeah, I think this just has like hedge, but not neat hedge, not like a topiary hedge, but more like a hawthorn hedge. I don't really know if we have something like that. As there's reeds. Yeah. Because there's this stuff, but it's a bit too neat, I think, really. I need to find something that will still work in a straight bramble bush. I mean, this is probably fine. Yeah, that's probably good. Now that's actually tipped up, but I think it probably looks okay. We do something like this. As it doesn't pop out the other side, I think that's actually pretty good. It's just the variation, a little bit of it. Oh, and then there is the exit for what will become a bit of a backstage here, I think, that I don't really mind being seen by that. Okay. Okay, that's good. That looks like a serviceable sort of a late addition to the park, so I'm happy with that. And then what I think we'll do is we'll take this path here to eventually join up there as well, but we'll carry on this for a moment first. So let's bring this, let's see, let's just take it to here. I don't want to go much further out because it's going to be a long walk before we get to something, so I want it to be there really. Oh, I can never quite remember which of these it's got to be. There we go. Kind of the way to do that is really lock onto one of them and, and do not adjust it. Okay, now we should be able to come. I want to come that way. Yeah, there we go. That's nice. Okay, and then all we need to do is just do a little adjustment here. This tree has to come to here. And then we can walk this way. That's good. And then this is just like a little bit that we can have nothing crazy, just a couple of rocks in or something. So let's do that. Yeah, that looks nice. Scenery, rock, and I think we could use a relatively normal one here. Mediterranean's too light. Tager's probably the one. Yeah, that's good. So I think we actually just... That's the exact same one. Just throw a few of these down as they work. One slightly bigger. Yeah. Don't really like that one. Nope, too small. That is fine, I think. And this needs some like lampposts and stuff. I think we have a... Yeah, we could probably just reuse this one, can't we? Yeah, I think that's good. Oops. Oh, that's fine. You know, it's just above the... just above the curb there. There we go. That ties in nice. And we'll probably throw one over here as well. Okay. Let me come down here. Yeah, I think all this railing needs to be up actually. I like to be just selective with it. I'm not selective, but just sort of aware of it, you know. I think that's fine there. We need to do a little gate there. Look, we actually put steps in. There we go. Put it that way. And then this way I think we actually open back. Oops. Get all that back off again now. Boop. Oh, that one on. Probably to like there, I guess. Okay, so that's the beginning of what we've got to go on. And I think I would like water in the middle and then like a row of buildings along the back here with a couple of rides in. So maybe even raising the ground up a little bit. So let's go for a more of a plain path. And a stamp like this. We'll raise it up just a bit. Like so. Go one more that way, one more that way. Okay, I think that's a start. And then we'll take that as a path. Should be 8, yeah. And we'll take that down here, a nice gradual path. Let's see, is that isn't particularly extreme, that's fine. And then something like, oops, something like that. I don't know whether I can get a ride there. It's maybe a little close to the back of the coaster there, but it would be a good spot for one. So I think what we do then is take this that way, and that gives us our water shape, and then we probably bring this down as well. Maybe it doesn't need to be exact, maybe it can come more of a fun shape. I mean, no, looks silly. Maybe we just take it to there. Okay, and let's get some water in there. I think it down too much. It's fine. Oh, definitely go bigger than that. Go. Okay, let's see. I think I need a guest in here to kind of get an idea of the scale. I think I might have built the whole thing a bit too big. No, that's okay, I think. Yeah, I don't necessarily know if we go all that way down into the water, but that's fine. gives us more to play with. There we go. Yeah, so I think that's where the water goes. Would the clear water be better? Like this probably. Want it to look very sort of manufactured. It's actually the first water feature we're doing in here, which is kind of crazy. Yeah, I definitely think we try and use some shrunk ride pads here to break this up a little bit, but also going to be a lot of like sitting places, maybe a few arcade games, that kind of thing. Okay, so let's have a look then. I would like to, yeah, like I said, I don't want it to be like super cartoony, but I would like to kind of lean into that a little bit. So on a nice brick pattern that's sort of fun, which is the one that's got the two tones. Let's see what that looks like. Looks like I do want it grey, but it would be nice to be grey with some light spots in it. So that's what I'm kind of thinking for the actual brick. Let's pause a sec so we're not just hearing rides all the time. Would rather hear the music. Okay, so there's that one. Rough brick. I mean, this does have some nice colour in it as well. Nice colour variation, that is. If we make all of this... Yeah. It's quite like both of those. This is definitely like the more budget option, I feel. But I do like the chunkier... Yeah, I think we'll go this. Okay. So this is rough brick wall. Even though it doesn't look like brick at all. There we go. Alright, so what I would like to do is line this up here. And let's see. So it needs to be pretty high, not too high though, because we want like kids to be able to like look over this. There will be fence, obviously. Okay. We'll use the 4 meter pieces as much as we can because they do tile, whereas these free ones don't. Oops. Come on. Yeah, Mum. There you go. Need that. Need that one. Okay. So, yeah, maybe this is all a little big. Yeah, I think it might be just a shy too big, all of it. So, we'll keep it. Let's go. Let's take that much off. Let's try that. Okay, so how's the easiest way to shrink this down? Probably have to get rid of this until there. Yeah, that's fine. And the same on this side. And then turn path on. Alright, so we've got a little lower, a little in. Quite a bit in. Okay. Back to path. Problem we might have now is that it's too severe a slope. Let's see. It's probably okay. Okay. All right. Put that in the middle there. Okay. Yeah, I think that's much better. Subtle difference, but okay. Alright, let's find a topper for this then. We'll probably just use like a plaster top. That's nice and chunky. Assuming this tile's nice, we can use this. It's got like a slight indent in it, but I think it'd be okay once it's done. Let's see. Yeah. Yep, I like that. Take that all the way. Quite. Let's call these. Trying to build this neat so we can reuse as much of it as possible. Take a chunk of this. And then, so it should neat up quite well. That's really serendipitous. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's good. And then as far as fences, I'll probably use an in-game fence, I think, for this. Unless there's something, unless we can think of something really custom with it. Let's have a look. Let's see. I mean, I do like the ones they added for the toy box, but that might be a little too stylized. There's definitely this is an option. This is this change down to white. I think will work really well for here. Yeah, let's see if we can find the toy box fences and have a look at them. Yeah, because there's this one. It's more of like a barrier. I mean, there's this one, but I think if I was to use this one, I'd be just sort of painting them all white so they didn't look like pencils anyway, really. I probably would just do this. It's quite nice. I like the rivets all down the back of it, to be honest. What does that look like if we make it all a white colour? Or I like them both. This is quite big. Let's just put this here. And I think there's a kid one as well, isn't there? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so this is like, I mean, both of these really are really high. I wonder if actually what we need to do then is take this down so it's just that poking out on the path. We only actually see the stone on the other side. I mean, that's actually fine. And then this probably shrinks down suitably. Yeah, because what you really don't want to do is have it climbable. This is a focused area for kids, so it's got to be a contention. Yeah, they both look pretty good. I mean, we'll probably end up using them both. But which one goes better here? And the other option is that we do actually colour them. Maybe keep that one as wood. Yeah, I like the fact that each of these is a little different. What does this one look like? So that stays as wood, look. So that's like every third one is orange, every fourth one, sorry. Fourth one is yellow. I quite like them both. I really don't know. I think let's go toy box just because it's newer and the fidelity is probably just a little better on it. Yeah, I do like those. Okay, so I think every fourth one or so we need to do some sort of like lamp. Yeah, I do like it with the colour. Okay, so let's go pillar. Go to there. Okay. So this sort of stuff, I still think we need to keep it quite utility looking. Yeah. And then I wonder if there's like a cool lamp that we just haven't really used because it's been so like cheesy and over the top. There's got to be a few like this kind of thing. Let me say that's kind of what we want to go for in this area. I think, like I say, think of like Harbour, but kiddie. Do you know, that might be it. I mean, there's all this sort of stuff as well that we can use with other little brackets and build something. I wonder if that looks a bit too sort of toy-like. I actually think this is kind of perfect. So what's the bottom of it? Yeah, I don't mind hiding that. I do. I think it's a winner. Okay, let's get down to there. Always loop. Okay, custom color-wise then. Let's see what green looks like. Seems we haven't got green in the bars. Do we just make that the same color? Make it slightly lighter green. That looks good as well. And then the other color is the actual light itself, which is fine. Okay, I like that. Let's bring that all the way over here. Oh no, we're slightly off the grid. Oh no, that's fine. Actually, we probably don't have that light here because we're going to have some sort of pillar. So what we'll do actually is take it to the other end. Yeah. And then take those to there. Okay. That's very irritating that we're not on a grid there. We should be. There we that should stay on the grid now. Okay, let's see how close this is to lining up. I bet it's not. Two more. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, let's get rid of you. How many lights is that? Okay. And did we go right up to the thing there? We did. Okay, so let's go. And take. One, two, three. Yeah, so we take these lights over. And then this fence just becomes a little longer here. And then it'll look about as neat as it can. Let's do a little better job of fitting that into there. Yeah, that should be fine. Let's see. Yeah, that's good. And then that looks like we've left an open bit there for a bit more of a view. That's great. Okay, now then we'll just basically copy that, fling it around, and put it over on this side. Okay. Now, how far down did we go? Okay. Try and judge it. Oh, it's actually a bit right. Let's just go very slightly up. Okay. And I think we need to get rid of that. Yeah. I'm going to make a fair old bit of work for ourselves here with a slope, but I think it's the way to go. Yeah. That looks good. That looks fun. We'll definitely get a few fountains in here. Oh, I would like a lighthouse as well. I really would like a lighthouse. Now, for in here, I think the aquatic stone actually will be pretty good. It's still, is it glow at night still? I think it does. Although it's not the end of the world, I'd just like to know. Oh no, maybe not. That's been taken off. That's good. It was a nice feature, but it was a little too much personally. Okay. So yes, aquatic stone, but taken into a grey, I actually think will work really well. Yeah, nice light, concretey looking stone. And what are you? You're just like, oh, you're the undertones. Okay, so we could do like a colour undertone. That look a little silly. This looks very worn, doesn't it? Like super worn. I wonder if this actually look good if it was like a gross colour. Like it's a bit mildewy. Yeah, I don't hate that. For now, I'll put it as a dark grey. That's definitely something we can think about. And we'll go here. Take up a little. Oh, why is some of them so tiny? There we go. And so there's so little. Okay. That looks good though. Alright. Let's see about some art shapes. They're not called art shapes. Cylinder, I guess. Oh, so we also have these as well. I think the problem with these is even if we do the one with the less curve on it, or the less angle on it, it's still going to get to a point a bit too quick, right? Yeah, it's too much of a stagger. It does not look lighthousey. I think that's the way to go instead. But using this instead of a regular cylinder, I do actually think is a good idea, because it's going to give us the it's going to give it more of an interesting texture. And I don't know about using it as just wood. Let's see. But I think with colour in it, it'll look pretty good. Yeah. Or are we just better off using cylinder, which is much thinner than I thought it would be? Look at that. This could be a happy medium. No, that's full. That's as big as that goes. Isn't there like a deeper and wider one though? Well, there's that one. Yeah, that. How big does this go? Oh, I think this might be the one. Because we can just just go in ever so slightly on this, can't we? Alright, and if we make this one red, I do like that more salmony pinky red. I think it looks a little bit washed out. Same here with the white, so we actually go for more of a spring yellow. Oh, not actually in a grid here. Yeah, there we go. If we just take that down a little, we'll actually get quite a nice gentle slope on it. The whole thing might be a shy too big, but once we've got the gradient right, we can actually just bring the whole thing down a little. Because I don't think it wants to be much taller than that, but it does need to be thinner, so... I'm just eyeballing this as well. You could sit and just make each one smaller by an amount. Okay, let's shrink that down to where we want it. It's probably more like that. Yeah, that's good. Now, actually, I actually think these need to be coloured every other one. Oh, we'll make sure we're leaving 2. So 2. Miss 2, 2, miss 2, 2, miss 2, 2, miss 2, 2, miss 2, 2. Okay, so I'll make all of those salmon, and then miss 2, 2, miss 2, 2, miss 2. Make these spring white. Yes. That's great. Okay. What does the top of a lighthouse look like when it's for kids? Alright, found one called Casino Pier. It's actually a little water park. Or like splash pad type place. So we're going to give that a go. It looks great. I think we go like this with this. And then this is going to be a very deep grey. Okay, what have we got light panel wise then? I think it's going to be one of these toy box lights that we can use. Let's see. Let's see. Blue, grey. The colour's actually pretty good. I definitely want to be in this sort of yellow. Maybe just yellow actually is fine. Okay. Can we do this? Yeah. Okay, one more. The higher that right? Yeah. Okay. Up you to there. There. I'm actually going to pull you off the building because this is going to be a little easier to do if you're not connected. We can eyeball this because until it's completely done, it doesn't matter too much. Get another one in there. I think we will. Let's try. Ooh, not quite. So we want to go very slightly wider. I don't think it needs to be much at all. That should do it. There we go. Yeah, and there we can poke it down, get it lined up. Whee! Sometimes your camera just catches the wall in the background there. Okay, put that up. It's a little off. Okay, that's pretty good. And then we'll come into here, and pretty sure it's going to be an aquatic piece that will fit on the top of this nicely. Let's see. There's definitely some domes. They might not work because they're on the grid. Where are they? Yeah, there's like this kind of thing. These ones. So is that? Yeah, that's a shame because that's just about right, but it's just on the grid, so it's too big. There is one of those. It's a little shorter and a little fatter that isn't. Is it this one? Yeah, so we have this. Oh, that actually gives us a really great way to line up these. There we go. As long as these are roughly the same all the way around. We know it's pretty much in the middle. That'll do. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, we'll go up here with it. Definitely bring it down into the dark grey. But then there's another one. Let's see if I can find it. It's more like that kind of thing. There's that. That's too thick. There's another one that's just like a ball. Like a dome. I used it all the time. Where are you? Yes, there we go. Oh, did not mean to do that at all. There we go. Yeah, this one we can scroll up a bit. It's just about the same size. That's good. And then this one can sit down onto it. Lovely. I mean, there's an argument that says we don't need that, but no, I think we do. Maybe that, but smaller. Yeah, I like that. A wild time-lapse appears. I don't love doing time-lapse stuff on this series. It is meant to be a as live playthrough, but sometimes it's just needed because this is about 2 hours here. No, maybe not quite. Maybe an hour and a half, and it would be all I do. And I don't want to do a video where it's like, make a slightly average boat. So yeah, you get a time-lapse. This is part of the picture I had before the for the lighthouse. Oh my word, I can't get my words out. There was a little boat next to it, and it's actually sort of sat into the ground, and it's got a little slide coming out the back of it. It's like a splash pad area, but I loved the idea of the little boat, and I thought, oh, little tugboat. I think these kind of things really work well as like a palette for the area. So I thought this is a great way to sort of get a real vibe of what the area is going to look like. The sort of theming behind it, the sort of level of detail behind it, because that lighthouse on its own probably doesn't quite say what I want it to say for you folks to sort of really see where I'm moving forward with this. So yeah, I saw this little tugboat and I was like, yeah, tugboat, that's exactly it. Tugboat is like the exact sort of thing I'm looking to do with this area. Very much like a harbour, but not really realistic, you know, lots of bright colours, but also not like fantasy, not like pirates or anything like that. I want it to be modern day, or at least that sort of nondescript time period. And this sort of encapsulates all of that. And I put it on one of those rotating things that sort of give it a wobble, so it sits in the water nicely. And that means we can also do this mirror image thing. I haven't really played much with this. A lot of people use it for like rotational symmetry now, rather than the method I just did for the top of the lighthouse. It's fine, I guess, really. For some reason it scares me a little. I always feel like it's going to go wrong or I'm going to lose all my progress or something. I don't know why. It sits really uncomfortable with me, but it works. Look, I especially with this sort of thing where you're having to like tear the wood up into weird angles, it just cuts the workload in half. Like, it just lets you do it once, and the other half is an exact mirror. Well, not exact mirror, because I don't think the actual item itself is flipping. It's sort of rotating it to work still. But yeah, very neat system. I'm really quite happy with how it turned out. And we had some barrels and what have you. But it's meant to be bright, breezy, little bit sort of water damaged. I'm really happy with how it turned out. I think it's very cute. Okay, we're going to try and sort of wrap this area up as best we can. So there. And probably what's easiest here is just split that, pull it in. I think rather than trying to take this wall down, which is a ton of work, we could probably rock work in him, and I think it'll look pretty good. So we put the blue fence there. I think that looks nice. And I think what we could probably do is come in with this stuff on each side, probably using some of the smaller options. Yeah, probably using some of the smaller options. Let's have a look. Rock. Yeah, this sort of stuff. I'd like to take it just up to the side, the edge there. Does it look okay? Looks a little funky. We can make it work. Yeah, like it'd be nice if we could. We just kind of keep all of this flat, though. It does make a big difference, I think. That's probably trickier than I thought, you know. There's a piece that actually follows that quite nicely. Yeah, if we have a bit of the path poking through, it's probably fine for this level of play. Down. Yeah, because otherwise we're just going to use a billion pieces stepping out, which is fine. There we go, that's a nice big piece. That's pretty good there. I think we'll take here, we'll actually lean them up, sort of add them to this piece, and we'll just have it like an outcrop. And then the other side will just have some rock, I think. And then here, when it starts to level out, you should be able to do some larger spots. Like so. And then, yeah, we can put a few of these in here to connect it all up. It's got a kind of gross top on it, something like that. Let's find another one that's wee. There you go. Go there and flip it around. There. Yeah, so that size makes sense, and then it's a little repetitive here. Maybe we need to come in with something to get rid of that tier a little bit. That's better. And also, like, we could do some light planting in here as well. Like, not purposeful planting, more like stuff's just growing. Yeah, I think something like that. Just everywhere there's cracks. This sort of stuff just sort of runs away. People aren't getting over there very often to clean it. Maybe not the bracken. The lower to the ground bracken would probably work. It's really just got to be in there where there's dirt options. Where there'd be a spot for a little bit of dirt, that is. Yeah, that's cool. Play around with some more of that. Excellent. We'll do the same on the other side, but honestly, I think we're going to have to leave it there because even with the time lapse, this one's pushing on. We'll get some rides in this area next. This one just kind of came out of nowhere, and I think I like the idea of it. It's going to be like a little SpongeBob-y, maybe. I'm going to try and not do straight up SpongeBob. But you know, there's going to be a lot of barrels and rings and all that sort of stuff that you expect from SpongeBob. But yeah, think like Balamori, that kind of thing. I think that's where I want to go with this. We'd love to hear some feedback and some ideas for rides perhaps in the area. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Till the next one, be good.